In this video, I cook Monterey BBQ chicken pasta, a one-pot version of Chile's famous Monterey chicken, with the pasta incorporated right into the dish. Alongside that, I will be making a simple and refreshing chopped green salad to offset the richness of the pasta. I hope you decide to give this recipe a try. You know that looks pretty good. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to be notified when new videos become available. Comments are welcome. Okay, so this is a new recipe for me. Now this is a single skillet, one pot recipe. Just get out the large skillet. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do for this one pot meal here is bacon. Okay, so the recipe calls for 6 to 7 slices of bacon. As you can see, I have these slices are chopped in half. So double that. We like to buy our bacon like that in big packs, so then we repackage it in 1 pound packs. Now I'm just going to go ahead and slice this up before I cook it. You can do it either way. You can cook it first and then chop it up. Or you can do like I'm doing and cut it up first. I think that works better actually. It's a little easier. Okay, so that's done, so we'll get that started. Now the recipe actually, I think is calling for me to cook the bacon after the chicken or in the chicken. I think I want to use that bacon grease on that chicken. Okay, so what I have here is a couple of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. You could use chicken thighs here too. And I'm just going to be cutting this up into bite-sized pieces. Okay, so I'm just going to season this up with some salt here. With that, kind of brine it here while I wait. It's not ready to go in yet, and we'll get some pepper on it. That salt will start to absorb into the meat. Okay, this bacon's looking like about the right doneness for me. I like it kind of crispy, but not too crispy. So we're going to pull this out and we're going to set it aside. And we can get going on the chicken. Okay, so now I'm going to put the chicken in there while it's still hot. Like I said, I'm going to use that bacon grease. Cook the chicken in the bacon grease. Add even more flavor. Okay, so the recipe calls for some chives or green onions for garnish. So I got some green onions. Just going to chop some of those up. You'll be able to put those on at the end. Okay, now the recipe just calls for regular Monterey Jack cheese, but I said to get pepper jack. We'll just spice it up a little bit. And we only need about a cup. So we only need about 4 ounces of this. And you could use the pre-shredded here, but I think shredding it yourself is better for stuff like this. Makes it more creamy. However, of course, the pre-shredded is faster and easier. Depends on what you have on hand. If I didn't have this, I'd probably just be using my Mexican blend, which I always have around. Okay, so for this chicken, we of course want to brown it, and we do want to go ahead and cook it through. So now it is chicken breast, so you don't want to go too far with it. Thighs are much more forgiving. Alright, so I think the chicken's looking good. Ready to take it out of there. Of course, we're gonna pull it out now so that we don't boil it with the pasta and we don't overcook it. And you want to try to get it on the plate, obviously. Oh, there I dropped a piece. Here's what the dogs are for. Okay, so now the recipe calls for low sodium chicken broth, and I'm kind of low on my homemade stuff, so I'm going to be using this boxed. It just calls for 3.5 cups. This box, of course, holds 4 cups, so or you could use like 2 cans. I'm just going to scrape a little of the fond off the bottom. Alright, so the recipe calls for 2 cans of rotel diced tomatoes with chili peppers in it. I'm just using this generic brand. I'm going in with a teaspoon of salt. Since I'm using kosher salt, I'm going to double that. Okay, so I got a bag here, a rotini pasta, 16-ounce bag. You could use whatever kind of pasta you like. I think all these nice spirals will be nice. So I just want to get the pasta stirred in here, of course. And then we just need to cook the pasta. Basically, you want to bring this up to a boil and then let it simmer. And you want to use the package instructions basically that came with the pasta. Probably about 10 to 12 minutes. How long you need to cook it? Okay, so that's boiling nicely, so we'll just turn the heat down a little bit and just let this go now. Like I said, basically we just want to cook this according to the package directions. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes, so I'm just going to test the pasta here. I think it needs a little bit longer. What we're looking for here is basically al dente. It just has a little bite to it. Okay, so let's give her a little check again. Try one of these out. And we're good to go. Okay, so now we're going to add back the chicken and the bacon. Of course, we have to heat that back up now. And we're going to go in with the barbecue sauce. I'm using some Sweet Baby Ray's Sweet and Spicy. You can obviously use your favorite. Okay, so I got like about 2/3 of a cup of the barbecue sauce. I'm going to just pour that in and stir it up. So this is a super simple recipe. Definitely anybody can make this. Okay, so once that's heated up, we've warmed up the chicken and the bacon again and got everything all mixed up. I'm just going to smooth it out here. Make it look all nice and neat. Okay, I'll turn the heat down a little bit. I'm going to sprinkle over the cheese. Okay, and I've got that on low. I'm just going to let that sit and melt. Yeah, wait till the cheese is all melted. Now you could cover this and melt the cheese a little faster, but I don't want to get the lid dirty, so I'm just going to go with it uncovered. Okay, so the cheese looks melted. I'll go ahead and garnish this with chopped green onions. Make it look pretty. Turn the heat off. Okay, that's done. Looking good. We got our salads and dressing and everything. Okay, so I'm just going to fix my plate, get myself a nice helping of this Monterey barbecue chicken pasta. Alright, let's give this a try. And it is pretty good. Not a bad interpretation of the regular, Monterey chicken. All in one pot. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, please like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to be notified when new videos become available.